Darlings, in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my updated foundation routine. I'm going to show you guys everything from the under eye concealer to the foundation to the contour, the highlight, the blush, the powder, every single thing that I use. When I start this video, I'm going to have basically nothing on my face so you guys can kind of see a before and after. This is what I do on an every single day basis. I love the foundation that I am using. It is the Jane Iredale Pressed Pure Base. This stuff is amazing and I really attribute my skin clearing up to this stuff because it's a foundation that's supposed to be good for your face. I know that a lot of you guys want to see a full review on it, but I just wanted to show you a demo first. This is what I'm using on my face every single day. I really do love it, and yeah, I think that's all that I really have to say to you guys for this little intro. So if you want to see how I do my foundation on an every single day basis, then just keep on watching. Oh, for a second there, I thought that I had lipstick on my teeth. Ugh, I hate when that happens. Alright guys, so let's get started. I'm gonna let you guys know the only things that I have on my face right now because it feels very bare, but I'm really happy guys. I'm actually in a really good mood because I have not seen my skin look this good in a really long time, and you guys know that I'm not lying because I come on my channel all the time with no makeup on, and a lot of you guys had been commenting for a long time, what's going on with your skin? It's freaking out, and I'm just so happy because I was like depressed. I was not confident at all, and my skin is back under control. So I am going to be having an updated skincare routine where I'm going to go into detail about some of the things I'm going to show you guys right now. But for just the sake of this video, I'm just going to quickly show them to you guys. I have them on my face right now. So anyway, let me get into it because I'm going to talk like an hour before even jumping into this tutorial. So what I do have on my face right now is this moisturizer that I have been loving. And this is the Neutrogena Naturals Multivitamin Nourishing Moisturizer. It's the natural line from Neutrogena. It's supposed to be all really good ingredients for your face, for your skin, and this one is supposed to be packed with vitamins. So that is why I picked this up. I do apply this every single morning when I first wake up so that it can really soak into my skin. So I did apply that. Then just before I turn the camera on, I put on my under eye moisturizer, which is my Cerave Eye Repair Cream for you girls that have a really bad problem with your concealer creasing underneath your eyes. I personally think the key is to really moisturize that area, because if your skin is really dehydrated in this area, think about it. It's gonna soak up any of the moisture from your concealer. So right before I apply any concealer, I always like to really apply a good moisturizer just in that area and really let it soak in. And the very last thing that I did off camera was I applied my Murray's Black Beeswax onto my eyebrows. I did not fill in my eyebrows just yet. Yes, I did just recently tint them, so they look very nice and almost already done. But I do apply my Beeswax, which is a black wax that I apply onto my eyebrows because it prevents any powder or anything from going onto them. And if you guys want to see my updated eyebrow routine, I will post that down below, even though they're not done yet, but this is always my first step. So now we are ready to finally start. And the first thing that I'm going to apply on my face is my Benefit Porefessional Primer. I used to be obsessed with this stuff back in the day, but I did stop using it since my skin freaked out and I was trying to use as little products as possible. I do have this little sample jar and the girl was really generous, so this is gonna last me for at least a month or two. And if it doesn't really break out my skin, then I am going to purchase the full size again. But I'm just going to apply this where I have big pores because the foundation that I'm going to use really doesn't do a good job with blurring out big pores. So I am going to apply a primer in those areas. Next, I'm going to be applying my under eye concealer. I love this so much, you guys. Thank you so much for recommending it. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light 10. I don't think that I've been this obsessed with the concealer in a really long time. It just blends in like a dream. It does not crease at all. It's very easy and simple to use. and it's really cheap too. So I'm just going to apply a generous amount of this, and I really like blending this concealer in with my fingertips. I don't know why, I feel like it stays really opaque that way. When I apply it with a brush, it kind of shears it out, but what I do like to do is I like to wait about 25 seconds. I just let it sit, and then I go in and blend it in with my finger. So I'm not gonna make you guys sit here with me for 25 seconds, even though I could definitely talk for 25 seconds. But I'm just gonna let this sit, and then I'm going to blend it out with my finger. Alright, so now that is fully blended in, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, normally on an everyday basis, I will go ahead and set my under eye concealer with the same powder that I use, the powder foundation that I use. But since this is a tutorial, and I really don't recommend that because I do like my under eyes to look a little bit brighter than the rest of my face, I'm gonna use a different setting powder. And this one is from ID Bare Minerals, and this is called their Multitasking Eye Well Rested Concealer. And basically what this is a concealer, but it's a powder concealer. So kind of like a powder foundation for your face will give extra coverage. This is a powder with a good amount of coverage for it, and it's actually meant for use underneath the eyes. A lot of people will just use this on its own, but it gives kind of sheer coverage, so that is not my preference. I'm just gonna take it with a contour brush by Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna use this to set that concealer. And I actually really do like this powder. I just don't use it. I normally skip over it because I'm a little bit lazy on an everyday basis. I mean, when I'm going out somewhere special, that's different. But for every day, I don't know, it's just another product that I have to reach for. So I'm just being honest with you guys, but it does do a really good job at brightening my under eye area because it kind of has like a sheen to it, so I really like that. So you don't have to apply a lot of this, and this is just going to set my concealer and make sure that it stays put all day long while also brightening and giving a little bit more coverage. So for those of you that might be wondering, the only reason that I'm doing my under eye concealer first instead of my foundation and then my concealer over it is because I'm using a powder foundation, and cream products don't really apply good over powder. So I wanted to do it in that order so that they don't cake up or get messy on the face. So the foundation that I'm going to be using is my Jane Iredale Pure Pressed Base. This is a really, really good powder foundation. It's excellent quality, and it's supposed to be one of those foundations that are actually good for your skin. So when I first got this stuff, I didn't really like it because it didn't give me that much coverage. I went ahead and purchased the sponge separately, which this is called the Jane Iredale Flocked Sponge. I think I bought this on Amazon or eBay for something like $6 or $7, so it's not expensive at all, and it makes this foundation a breeze to apply. So I have two different colors. I have Warm Sienna and I have Golden Glow. In the summertime, I used more of Golden Glow, and now that I have absolutely no type of tan going on at all, I use Warm Sienna. So I like to use a big portion of this sponge. As you guys can see, when I first got it, I kind of only put the powder on the tip. Now I use more than half of the sponge, and I really load it up, and that way I'm able to do this really fast. And all that I like to do is press this into my face, and you guys will see the really good coverage that it gives. Now that everything is covered up, I definitely need to add a little bit more dimension into my face. So I'm gonna go in with another powder foundation as a bronzer. This is the Bare Minerals Ready Foundation. I used to use this as a foundation back in the day all over. I just like the Jane Iredale a little bit more because it has really pure ingredients, so it definitely does not irritate my skin at all. And I just like to go around the areas that you would naturally bronze up your face and just basically add a little bit more dimension and contour into my face. I am going to be using a separate powder just to contour my cheeks. This is really fast and easy for me to do every single day. What I'm going to use to contour my cheeks is my Anastasia Contour Palette, and I'm going to go in with a mixture of the two shades from the left right over here. I'm going to just use a contour brush like this one. You really don't need a lot of this stuff because it is super, super pigmented. So just a little tiny bit, and then I'm gonna shake off the excess, and I'm just gonna use this to sculpt out my cheekbones just a little bit for every day. Next, I'm gonna be trying another blush that actually was recommended to me from you guys. That's why I love you guys so much. As you can see that you always recommend products to me and I always end up loving them. You guys know my taste really well. So this is another CoverGirl blush. This is the CoverGirl Cheekers blush in the shade Iced Cappuccino, and I really neglected this brand for a long time. I guess because it's just not the prettiest looking blush, but this is kind of like a blush and a highlighter in one. It really gives a gorgeous like glow from within, and when I use this blush I actually do not have to highlight my cheekbones because it gives a really pretty glow. I use the pink silk one, I think is the name of it, for a really long time, and this one is just kind of more of a fall color. As you can see, it just gives a really pretty glow, and I don't need to highlight at all when I use this stuff. I mean, I could, but it really does highlight nicely, so I'm able to skip that step entirely. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other cheek. Look at that, guys. Tell me that does not look like a high-end highlight and blush together. Absolutely love it. And this is like $3 at Target. So again, this is Iced Cappuccino. And last but not least, I feel like my makeup is not complete if I skip on this step. I kind of still feel like I just need to set everything. Now I go between two different products to do this. Either my Nars Light Reflecting Powder, the pressed formula, that one is in my purse right now, or I actually like using this one a lot more on a daily basis. I feel like it does a little bit better of a job blurring out all the imperfections, and it's really cheap. So this is the one I'm gonna show you guys today, the e.l.f. High Definition Powder. I believe this is like $7 or $8 also at Target. And basically what this is a powder that just, it's an HD powder, so it really blurs out pores, any imperfections, and it sets everything. So what I like to do is press this into my skin, and then I just kind of let it sit there for about 15 seconds, and then I'm gonna go in with a brush and blend it all out. And I just feel like this is the finishing step. It sets everything. If I was a little bit heavy-handed on my blush or my contour, it kind of lets that, what am I trying to say? It tones it down, and it really helps with oil control throughout the day, because the Jane Iredale powder definitely does not help with any type of oil control. So then I'm just gonna take a clean brush, and I'm just going to blend all of that in. Last but not least, a little bit of setting spray. This is the one from Banished Acne Scars. It's called their Vitamin C Elixir, and I'm just going to spray this all over just to get rid of that like powdery finish that sometimes a powder foundation can give you. This just kind of lets it all melt into your skin and look a lot more natural. And from there on, I'm going to go finish the rest of my face. I'm gonna touch up my eyebrows a little bit, add a little bit mascara and a liner and some lips, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and finished the rest of my face. This is just kind of like my quick everyday 15-minute face. It's what I do almost on an every single day basis. It's just my go-to look no matter what the season, if it's summer, spring, fall, winter, what have you. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this little what? I was trying to say tutorial, review, demo all in one. So anyway, I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I will include a list of everything that I use down below, and just so you guys know, nothing at all is sponsored. Nothing that I used in this video was sent to me, and I'm not being paid to talk about any of them. Just want to clear that right now. So yeah, just so you guys know, because I know that you're wondering. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.